Hi everybody and welcome to my attempt this week on BBO's weekly free instance tournament. We'll try and develop some hints about the play of the hand and the counting of the hand in particular. Instant tournaments, weekly free instant tournaments, play, yes, and I'll look at the history. All right. Okay. So we go. Partners opened a diamond, and we've had an aggressive weak jump overcall, 7+ clubs from east. Now we've got 6 hearts here and 3 diamonds. So this is a good preempt by east. They're not vulnerable. We can probably beat 4 clubs. We could double it. But they're probably going to make 6 clubs tricks and another trick somewhere. No more than 3 off. 3 off would be good. 2 off would be very bad, because if we can make game, then that's worth 400 to us. So 500 would be good, but we're not at all certain of getting that. 1 diamond is, North could still have a 4-card major. They could still have 4 hearts even with this. But what they can't have is more points than us. This is, we've got this extra bit of information that this is a best hands tournament, that nobody has more points than we have. They can have an equal number of points, but not more. We've only got 14 points. So North can't really have enough for us to be making a slam. But they should have enough that we're making game. Even if they only have a couple of hearts. 3 clubs would be very bad, but 2 clubs not wonderful. But they got to have some points somewhere to open the bidding, at least 11, 12 usually for the robot. And if you look at where, assume they don't have too much in clubs, then King, Queen of Diamonds is only 5, so they've got to have something in spades and hearts. Ace, King, Queen of Diamonds obviously is 9, but then we don't have any diamond losers and 1 club loser. And so the practical bid is 4 hearts. Most of the time we're going to make 4 hearts. Most of the time we're not going to make 6 hearts. And we can't really be certain about how many tricks we're going to take against 4 clubs double. So as expected, and we get the ace of spades lead, and partner has a disastrous hand really, because we are going to make 12 tricks. So the club, unless 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, this may get roughed, in which case we won't. But it doesn't. They broke 1-1. Right, so now we can obviously just draw trumps and all the diamonds will be good. We don't even need the ace of clubs. So we can claim the rest of the tricks. 50%. So most people would do this once the club preempt got in the way and everybody is in 4 hearts plus 2. So you can see how effective the preempt is. But I must say, if I had the North hand, once my partner had bid 3 hearts, I would be bidding 6 hearts with that North hand. We've got no club losers. Partner didn't have to bid 4 hearts. They obviously have something for the 4 heart bid. And so there must be a reasonable chance we've just got the 1 spade loser. So a 50% start. All right. Now we've only got 12 points on this second hand, which means nobody else has more than that. But we do have 5-5 in the majors, so we can open a spade and see what happens. Partner bids 1 no trump, which is forcing in the system because they can't, they're never going to have enough to bid at the 2 level. They need 13 points really to bid at the 2 level because it's forcing to game to bid 2 of a new suit. They can bid 2 spades, obviously that would mean. But very often this is their way of raising with 3 card spade support. So we need to bid again, and this time we would want to bid again anyway to show our heart suit. 2 spades is 3 minus hearts, 2 to 3 spades, 8 to 10 high card points. Right. So they haven't bid 3 spades, which would show a good 3 card raise with 11 or 12 points. They may only have 2 spades and 3 hearts here because we've only promised 4. If we were playing imps, I might well bid 3 hearts just to see partner had 3 hearts and we could make game in hearts. But here at match points, we just want to take the plus score if we can. So we'll pass. And partner does have some nice cards. So the Queen 10 of hearts are very good. So hearts should play for 1 loser. Spades got a chance of no losers. So we risk being what the Americans call tapped out in clubs. They could give spades a 4-1 and they force us to rough twice in clubs. We will lose trump control. So I think we're going to have to set up our side suit before we try drawing trumps. But we won't put the queen on because the ace of king is sat to our right. And one of them should appear this time. No. So this looks like there's a doubleton club on our left and 4. So we're going to trump that. And now we're going to play a... The difficulty will come if there's a... This wins the ace of hearts. So hopefully the ace of hearts is now in the west hand. So we can't be forced in clubs at this point. We can't afford to overtake the 10 of hearts. We had 5, dummy had 2, that's 7, so they had 6. And they would more often break 4-2 than 3-3. So we need to have 4 top hearts. We had Queen 10 in dummy and King Jack in our hand. So we can't afford to overtake because if one hand has ace 9 XX, then they will win the 4th round of hearts. So we're going to have to play low here. Right, so now our hearts are all good and they're very conveniently, because West doesn't have any more clubs, they're attacking spades for us. So I wonder if I should put in the 10. I think so, just to see where the jack is. And if there are 4 spades in to our right, then we can do something to pick them up. So it's fine, we've drawn. Now they've got 1 trump left. Our hearts are all good. No, we're going to lose the 2 diamonds. Really, we can't do anything about this. Throw the diamonds from dummy. I don't think it's going to do any good. Play the 10 of diamonds. King. Ace of clubs, which will rough. We'll throw the ace of diamonds away just to be spectacular because they're keeping the queen, as the robots do. when they have lots of equals. So on three spades, 71.4%. And why was that? Two spades plus one. People bid up to four spades and went one down. Well, the hand certainly wasn't worth bidding on. Partner had only promised two spades, even though they turned up to three. And as I say, if I'd been wanted to go on, I would have bid three hearts and got put back to three spades and past that. So we beat the overbidders, and there's 9 people all equal with 60.7%. There's been some pretty flat hands there. So now we've got a bigger hand to open. 17 points, 4-4-4-1. Well, the alternatives really are to open one no trump or one of a minor. Yeah, one no trump would show 15 to 17 balanced. Obviously, we've got the singleton spade. I'm not supposed to open one no trump with a singleton. In America, it's actually illegal to open it with a small singleton, or to agree to do so. It may even be illegal to do so, I think. But anyway, the danger of opening one no trump is that partner's got 6 points and 4 hearts, and they'll just pass, and you'd be much better off in hearts. So it's better to open one of a minor here, and if we get a spade bid from partner, we got pretty good intermediates, and so we'll pretend it's 18 points and bid 2 no trumps. If partner bids hearts, obviously we can pretty much go straight to game. So I'm going to open one of a minor, and I'm going to open one club because I'd quite like them to lead diamonds. One spade, right? So I'm going to pretend that I've got 18 points because it's just about good enough. They won't like it because the robot thinks that means 2 or 3 spades, but I don't think it's sensible now. And so 4 clubs is Gerber. They've got 14 plus total points. Well, they can have 16 or 17. So this is asking me for aces, and for diamonds is 0, for hearts is 2, for hearts is 1, for spades should be 2 aces. Yep. So there we go. 2 aces, 6 no trumps. Right. Well, let's see what happens. And a nice heart lead. So we have 4 club tricks, 3 heart tricks is 7. Club trick is 8. Can we get to 4 spade tricks? Well, that's a possibility. It looks as though spades is the only place we could go. We could try and get a club trick by leading up to the queen, and but that's so if we were trying to develop clubs, we've got 4 diamonds, 3 hearts is 7, 2 spades is 9. We'd need 4 clubs, and we're not going. Sorry, 3 club tricks. Well, that's a bit doubtful, but we might still be making 4 heart tricks. So it's worth exploring that first. So 5 led, queen appears from there. There's a chance that hearts are 3-3 because we've got 4 and 3, that's 7. They've got 6. They're more likely to break 4-2 than 3-3, as I've said. 3-3 is about 36% of the time, and 4-2 is better than 50%. So if we take a spade finesse and it loses, we can't attack clubs. So if we have 4 diamonds and 2 spades, that's 6. If we had 4 hearts, that would be 10, and we'd only need 2 clubs, and a club to the queen would make the contract. But if we take a spade finesse and it loses, we won't be able to do that because we'd lose the second trick. So that would be the second trick loss. We use a spade trick, then they'll go up with the king of clubs. And of course, the king of clubs might be wrong. Whereas if we play on clubs first, and they take the king, we'll then have, at worst, we would have 4 diamonds, 2 clubs is 6, 3 hearts is 9, and the spade finesse, if it worked, would give us our 12 tricks. But if the club leading up to the queen lost to the king in the east hand, now we're in a lot more trouble, because even the spade finesse works. We've only got 4 diamonds, 1 club, 3 spades, and 4 diamonds, 1 club, 5, 3 spades is 8. We would need the hearts to come in. So assuming if we have 3 hearts, 4 diamonds, that's 7, and the ace of clubs is 8, 4 spades are enough. So we have 6 spades between us. 5 in dummy, 3 in our hand. So we've got 6, they have 7. They will divide 4-3 more often than not. And if West has the queen or 10, and we guess right which one it is, we can effectively take 3 top club spade tricks and make the little one at the end. There's something to be said for both. We've got no indication really as to which is likely to succeed. We could try playing some diamonds and see what they discard, but diamonds are actually important in maintaining communication between our 2 hands. We could see if we've got 4 hearts, but once again, if we play off the ace and jack of hearts and they're 4-2, we've created a loser, which if we lose the spade, will not. So all in all, I think playing a spade and deciding now whether to play the 9 or jack. We obviously could play the ace king and then guess whether to play the jack or 9, depending on what cards had fallen. I'm going to play the 9 of spades. The reason for that is, if the queen and 10 are split, then obviously the jack works best if West has the queen and East has the 10. And the 9 works best if West has the 10 and East has the queen. If East has the queen and the 10, then neither of them is very good. But if West has both the queen and the 10, then the 9 is better than the jack. So I'm going to try the 9 and see what happens. It won. Right. So we're not home yet because that looks pretty sure that West has the queen and the 10. But if they have queen 10 to 5, we're in a lot of trouble. Or we can't only make the 2 more spades. But we are now sure of 3 spade tricks and 4 diamond tricks, which is 7. And we've already made one heart, so we'll make 3 hearts. So 3 spades, 3 hearts is 6, 4 diamonds. Right, we're making 3 spades definitely. We're making 3 hearts definitely, that's 6. We're making 4 diamonds is 10, and 1 club is 11. Yes, so we have 11 tricks so far for sure. Hearts may break, which would give us our 12th. We can safely cash the ace of spades now. 7. And the 10's fallen. Right, so that looks very much like West has Queen 10 X of spades. We expect the Queen to drop under the King, but even if it doesn't, we can give up a trick to the Queen and the Jack will be good. So now we can cash the King of spades, and the Queen isn't going to fall, and we can't just give up a trick to it, because can we? Yes, this hand only had followed, so they only had 2, 4-2, so they've got one card. I know, 5-2. So West still has the Queen 7 of spades. Right. So, and if West has the King of clubs, now we've thrown a club away. They obviously have 2 winners. They have the Queen of spades and the King of clubs. So either hearts can be 3-3, in which case our last heart will be a winner, or the odds are West's turned up with 5 spades. We'll see how many diamonds they've got. But the likelihood is that East has the long hearts, and we may be able to, if hearts are not 3-3, if East has 4 hearts, we can play, having played all the diamonds, we can then play the 2 hearts, give East the lead with the last heart, and if East has the King of clubs, they'll have to play away from it and give us a trick with the Queen of clubs. Right. So having thought all that through, we need to play diamonds. We'll cash the Jack. We'll see how many everybody has of this. Both of them turned up with 2 diamonds so far. And so West is now, so we know West had 2 diamonds and 5 spades. So East had 4 diamonds and 2 spades. We're going to throw a spade. The fact that West hasn't thrown another club is not good, but we haven't lost a trick yet. Let's go over to the Ace of hearts, 4 of hearts. Let's see if the hearts break 3-3. They do, so our heart is a winner. Right, so and now if West has the King of clubs and the Queen of spades, they're going to be squeezed. They're going to have to throw away either the Queen of spades or a low club. So let's play this and see what happens. So they've thrown the Queen of spades, but that's because we can't get to the Jack of spades in dummy. Right. So we may as well throw the Jack of spades away and cash the Ace of clubs. So maybe there were some lines that led to 13 tricks, but 6 no trumps making 92.9% is a good result. Nobody did better. Nobody managed to make the 13th trick. But just getting to 6 no trumps and making it. So it's worth taking a lot of time when you're in, taking time when you're in a slam contract to count up the suits and to see what the different alternatives are. In this case, the clubs are quite nicely placed. You might have succeeded if you played a low club to the Queen, but it's quite difficult. So in the end, I think we had to take the spade from this. But the logic for finessing the 9 of spades, in that there was, if the honours were split, it was a 50-50 guess. But if East had both of them, you lost. But if West had both of them, then the 9 was better than the jack. So that is an interesting bit of logic to apply when you're counting a hand. So here we are, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and we're sat here with 15 points. Partner couldn't overcall over 1 diamond. So they don't have 5 spades, probably, or if they do, they've got very few points. We got a flat 15 count. Now, the intermediates are quite nice again. If we bid 1 no trump, because we have the heart stop and the diamond stop, that might be good, but partner has nothing, we'll be in a lot of trouble. We'll be going down vulnerable. This is sometimes referred to as the sandwich position, i.e. both the opponents have bid, and some people like to play that 1 no trump here is some sort of takeout bid showing where the 2 suits, rather than a good hand, rather than a balanced hand with stops in both suits. I don't think that's sensible, because you do need it. If this hand were a bit stronger, I would certainly be looking then to bid 1 no trump. But here, they're in a forcing auction. They've got to bid some more. So we may as well see where they go. I think it's too big a risk to overcall 1 no trump. 1 spade. Now East has bid 1 no trump. They haven't found a fit. Well, I'm going to pass again. So they're playing 1 no trump. Our diamonds look badly placed, so the ace of spades, but our hearts look right. Then we've got a nice sensible lead in the unbid suit, the jack of clubs. So there's the opening bid. They've got, and you'll see they had, for a play here, see from the first trick, they played the ace of clubs, partner played the 2. So they had 7, 10, 11, 13. They had 14 high card points, almost as many as us. East has, look at this auction. They've promised 6 to 10, so they got at least 6. So they got at least 20 points and maybe more. Should I capture this queen with the ace? So the queen of hearts turns out to be in the wrong place. What can this hand have for their bid? They've turned up, sure looks like it might be king, queen of spades. And the queen of clubs, possibly. In which case, partner will have the ace of hearts. And I might need to leave the jack of hearts at some point. But I'm not certain yet. So I think actually by ducking, I may find out some more information about the hand. Let's play the 10. We'll see if partner's got the one with the other spade on it. No, that's declarer. So partner does have king, queen of spades. We can't read anything into partner's 2 of clubs. 5 of spades is a winner, and we'll have to find a discard. Which will probably be a diamond. But I think that the odds favour partner having the ace of hearts. But will the robot work out if I lead the jack that I might have the king and play low if the queen isn't put on? I think so. So I'm going to lead the jack of hearts. Yes, partner does indeed have the ace of hearts. But then chooses to return my first suit. Clubs. Duck this diamond. Now we're going to cash that spade. Partner's thrown a club. I can afford to throw a heart here because they're going to play from dummy, and my ace queen of diamonds are good, my king of hearts is good, and I can knock out the king of clubs. So they're going to make their contract because the king of clubs is good. But I can play the ace of hearts here. They're going to play the king of clubs. Right. The three of diamonds, queen of diamonds, and in fact, I can't claim as a defender. So I'm going to have to play ace of diamonds, king of hearts, and 10 of clubs. And well, that was worth 71%. But look, the partner plays carries on with hearts. We're getting the contract down. If we just look at this hand. If we just get up to the point where I led the jack of hearts. Now I've won the king of spades. Here the logic is East has turned up the king, queen of spades. They look to have the queen of clubs because the declarer could have ducked it if they didn't, in hope of blocking the clubs or cutting communications. Partner played the 2, which the robot can play a high card encouraging the lead. So it looks as though what I should have done was cash the king of hearts and then let the jack of hearts, and partner would have known to cash the 10-9 of hearts. But I didn't want to do that because I was worried that the 10 or 9 would be in this hand, and after partner won the ace of hearts, they'd need to play hearts through there to take a finesse. But obviously the robot wasn't capable of working that out. So we did have the potential actually to beat one no trump there, and we didn't really have anything our way. You see, partner had 4 points, 6 by 15. So better letting them play. And we'll see that was worth 71%. But one no trump minus 1 would have been 100%. Lots of people let one no trump make some more tricks. And South one no trump went 3 off. It was just too dangerous to bid and have a source of tricks. Right, now we come. They've opened one no trump. We've got 7, 5, 12. We've got another 15 points. So this time, although partners are past hands, the other hand hasn't bid. They haven't found the spade fit. So, and I've got a potential source of tricks in the long clubs, and a double stop in their suit. So here, I am worth a one no trump overcall. Gets the hand off my chest. 3 hearts from west. Partner says nothing. Right, that's it. We're out of here. Right. What are we going to do? My doubleton ace king of hearts are dangerous because I can get thrown in and be forced to lead away from something. Because our opponents know I'm the one with the points. I've shown 15 to 17 points, so they will try and throw me in. If they can cash some spades, on the other hand, if you cash the ace king of hearts, you give up control. I'm a big advocate of cashing a singleton ace of hearts if you have it. So the two of them will see. This is going to an ace. And now they're playing the five of hearts, king. Look, my partner's jack, so that was almost certainly a singleton, so it looks like they've heart, yeah, because this hand opened one heart, so they got five hearts. Partner didn't want to do anything over our one trump. Cashing a club. Can this club run away anywhere? Well, they could if East can set up four spades. And they can't get rid of their diamond to lose it that way. So right, I'm not getting thrown in again. I'm cashing my ace of hearts. Partner throws the eight of spades, which seems to suggest they like spades. Okay, I'll cash that. I'm going to lead the nine of spades then. Oh, well, my partner didn't like spades that much then. So this is a disaster. At least they've got the spades. So is there any reason to keep the five of spades? No. Keep my two diamonds, just no, there wasn't a club trick to cash, so it was used. Right, we're going up with the king of diamonds here. That's all we could do, and doesn't matter what we play now. So the spade lead that partner encouraged just solved declarer's guess for them. Still worth 78%. I don't understand that because I should not play a spread. Just start with the ace king of hearts and play the king of clubs. Lots of people went to four hearts, but they didn't go to that against me. Why? People bid two clubs rather than one trump, and then they went to four hearts. When we bid one trump, they stopped in three. And some people, one person managed to beat four hearts, and thereby I get a top. I just wondered, how do they beat four hearts? I'll just have a quick look here. They opened with a low diamond. And is that the rough somewhere? No. To set up a diamond trick eventually. Right. Okay. We've now did well enough to be in first place on our own now. So 12 and 6 is 18 points. The intermediates are quite reasonable. We don't like jacks in our short suits. They don't really pull their weight, but this is good enough to rebid two no trumps if we don't find a spade fit. Because the robot plays 15 to 17 is a one no trump opening one of a suit and rebidding at no trumps at the minimum level shows 12 to 14, and if you open one of a suit and then jump in no trumps, you're showing 18, 19. So you have the range of one no trump, and opening a suit and bidding one no trump at the minimum level shows the range below it, and opening one of a suit and jumping in no trumps shows the range above it. This is the overcall where we play 12 to 14 no trump. Then if we open one of a suit and bid one no trump at the minimum level, we're showing 15, 16 or 15, 17. And if we open one of a suit and jump, we're showing something like 18. And jump in no trumps, we're showing something like 18. So we're going to open one club to start with. 3 clubs from partner, which is a weak bid. Does show 5 clubs. Less than 9 total points. But 5 plus. Well, we've got good club support, so we've got to reckon that clubs are probably good for 4 tricks. We've got a diamond, a heart, and a spade. If we were playing imps, I would have no problem about bidding 3 no trumps as the most likely game. Partner won't have 4-card major for this bid. So hearts are a bit of a weakness. Looks as though 3 clubs is going to make it. I think I got to bid 3 no trumps here. I might well be down 2, but I don't want to see a heart lead. Oh well, yeah. But partner's clubs are good enough. It's all right. So we're going to we should make 5 club tricks. Which order in which we play the honours is quite interesting. And we're going to make 3 spade tricks at least, which is 8, and a heart trick, which is 9. Yes, 5 clubs, 3 spades is 8, heart trick is 9. So we should make this contract. I'm going to duck the heart in the hope that they'll switch to diamonds, and then maybe they'll give us a diamond trick as well, and we'll make 10 tricks. So duck the queen of hearts, and they do switch to diamonds, which is good. So let's try and encourage them by playing the queen from my hand. 1. I think they'll switch back to hearts, sadly. No, they play diamonds. Excellent. Where do I need more entries? Dummy, really. Of course, the spades were 3-3, and the jack was coming down. We were always going to make that. Right. So let's look at this club suit. We're missing. We've got not. So we've got 5 and 4. That's 9. We're missing 4 cards, including the jack and the 10. Right. If they break 2-2 or 3-1. We can obviously set up all the clubs, although we do need to notice that dummy's highest club after the king and queen is the 6, and we haven't got anything lower than that. So they are blocked, but we've got an entry in the king of spades, and we've created an entry in the diamond. So we've not thought about getting there. But if the 4-0, so jack 10 XX in either hand, if East has jack 10 XX, there's nothing we can do to stop East making a trick. We don't mind them making a trick because we've got to stop in every suit, and we'll still make our 10 tricks. But if West has jack 10 XX, if we play the ace first and we find that out, East doesn't follow, we can lead the 9. If they don't cover, we run it. If they cover, we win. And then we can come back to our hand and lead the 8. Once again, if they don't cover, we run it. And if they cover, we win. And now the 7 will be good to draw their last club. So what we do when we're playing this club suit is, because if we play the king and we find they've got 4, then we come to the 8, they'll play low, come to the ace, then they'll play low again, and they're left with jack 10, and we've just got the queen in dummy. So they're bound to make a trick. So with this combination, we need to, where we're missing the jack and the 10, we will play the ace first, because we can only pick up 4 to the jack 10 on one side in the west hand. We do nothing if it's in the east hand. If dummy had the 10 of clubs, so that we were only missing the jack, now we could pick up a 4-0 break with the jack on either side, provided we started with one of the king or queen first. Then whoever showed out, we'd be able to finesse. So if we were only missing the 1 honor, we would do one thing, but missing the two of them, the jack and the 10, we do something different. Now there are rules about this, but I wouldn't do it. Wouldn't worry about them. Just work it out each time. You can see that it's fine if clubs are 2-2 or 3-3. So just work out what you can do if they're 4-0. And you can only do something if you play the ace first. And then they break. So the clubs are coming in. And all we're worried about now is this last spade, whether it's good or not. And we just need to keep the entries and done. So we're going to leave 9 of clubs, king. And we have to play the queen. And now, as you see, the clubs are blocked. Spade thrown. In fact, I don't need to do silly. I don't need to play this out because oh, you stupid boy, you miscounted the diamonds. I let you win the second round. Right, so you're only making, I should have made 10 tricks and I've only made 9. And now I've got plenty of winners. That was silly of me. That was a terrible mistake. And it's only 50% when I should have been getting 430, 78.6%. Fortunately, I'm still in first place, but that was, I'm sure you were all screaming at me that the diamond wasn't good. That was silly. Sorry. I was getting ahead of myself, thinking they would cash the ace king of diamonds and I'd just have one left at the end. But they've given me a diamond trick. Right. That we're fortunately still in the lead. So 9 and 6 is 15. King of hearts is not worth much, but we are 5-5. And the robot 5-card major, open spade, 4 clubs is a splinter. And you should play this. If robot plays it as 13 to 15 total points. So, but because they're counting points for a singleton or void, really it's about 11 to 15 points. So normally you're going to gain opposite an ordinary opening hand from your partner. But opposite an ordinary opening hand from your partner, you don't have enough for slam. And then if your partner opens one of a suit and you jump to 4 of another suit, you don't need this to show a strong hand with clubs. 2 clubs in the robot system would actually be forcing to gain, but in ACOL shows 10 plus points and a club suit, and 3 clubs would be a jump shift, which in traditional ACOL either shows a very good 6-card club suit or a good club suit with support for spades. So you don't need 4 clubs as a strong bid, a strong bid for clubs. What it shows is support for spades and a singleton or void in clubs. Now, this is not great for us. We're not going to be setting up our club suit. And after this sequence, the opponent should be leading a trump to cut down on roughs in dummy when they know dummy's short in a suit. We haven't shown clubs. But anyway, we're certainly not interested in slam. We're just going to settle for 4 spades, but I suspect we're in trouble here. If they lead a trump, I think we might be 1 down. So we're bidding 4 spades. And they didn't lead a trump. Right. Jack of spades is an entry. Well, I'm going to win the ace of diamonds. And now, essentially, I want to throw this diamond on the ace of hearts. So I'm coming to the king of hearts. And the only quick entry I've got to dummy is the jack of spades. I don't want to be actually doing this, playing too many rounds of trumps. But because this does definitely gain me a trick, now I'm going to play the club. The ace is right, then so the king's going to make. And they're still playing these. Right. These are all. I'm now going to try and so they both followed 2 rounds of clubs. There was 1 in dummy, 5 in our hand, that's 6. They both followed to a round of spades. We had 5, dummy had 4, which is 9, so they had 4. So they've got 2 trumps left, and they've got 2 clubs left. Now, if clubs are 3-3, I can lead the 8. No, they got 3 clubs left. Yes, but I can lead the 8 and rough it, and if they both follow, then the king will drop their last club. So but if they're not, that may get over roughed. But there's no entry back to hand. So what alternative is to draw a round of trumps. But then I'll only have 1 rough, and that means that I need clubs 3-3 anyway. So I may as well. Yes, I may as well draw a trump because in case they're 3-1. Yes. They're 2-2, so there are no more trumps out. Let's see if this gets rid of their clubs. Right, there it is. So now looking at the lurkers, the clubs, drops their last club, and the 10 of which is good for 12 tricks. And that's worth 82%. Right. So did anybody bid 6? Somebody did bid and make 6 spades, but lots of people didn't make their 12 tricks, and 2 people who bid it didn't make it. So it is a bid that you should make. The splinter bid, you shouldn't make it with a strong hand that could be interested in slam opposite an ordinary open bid. You need to do something different with that. Use jack of e2 no trumps, or fit jumps, or whatever else you have in the system. But you should put splinter bids in because they let you get to low high games with low numbers of high card points. There, actually, I'd be much happier to find a splinter bid in some other suit other than clubs. But never mind. We're on to board 8. We've got 70% and we're in first place. So this is pretty good. 1 heart from west, pass, pass. So we're in what's known as the protected position. It's called that because partner may have passed with quite a good hand, but with hearts. So we want to protect partner's pass. And we can bid because East has passed. We know East is limited to at most 5 high card points, or a little bit less. And they don't have much in hearts, presumably, otherwise they'd probably tried some kind of preemptive raise. So partner may well have a reasonable hand with hearts, but in any event, 7 or 6:30, you could take action in this position with a king less than you normally would. You can, the term is borrow a king from partner. We know partner's got some values. Yeah. If the one heart opening is an ordinary opening bid with 13, 14 points, and this hand has the 4 or 5, then we've got more than half the points in the pack. So we need to protect our position here. And here we've got quite a nice hand for doubling with 4 cards in the other major. So the partner might have 4 spades and obviously wouldn't have overcalled with a 4-card suit. We've got at least 3 cards in the minors, so, and a shortage in hearts. Obviously, it'd be even better if we had a singleton or void in hearts. Singleton probably, because with a void, then it's very likely partner's going to pass penalties. And it's better if we don't have a void in the suit. As it is, we're just going to double for takeout. 2 hearts from West, which basically says they got 6 hearts. You see 14 to 16 high card points. 3 hearts from partner, which says they've got 11 to 16 total points. So we got enough for game here. And it's likely they've got 4 spades. I think they would, but let me see what 3 spades would mean here. It only says 9 plus total points because I'm in the protected position. So I think partners shouldn't make this bid unless they have 4 spades. So I'm going to bid 4 spades at this point. And partner did make it without 4 spades and with a good heart. So 3 no trumps would have been a lot better. Can we get an extra trick anyway? I thought they would switch there. I'm going to go up high. Probably the spade finesse is going to lose because almost all the points are in the West hand. Another club. So this may get roughed. But we'll try winning it in hand anyway. Yeah, so that club is good. Right, so if we count the points, we had ace, queen of spades, ace, king of diamonds, and the jack of clubs. We had our 14 points. Partner had the ace, jack of hearts, queen of clubs, jack of diamonds, 6, 8, only had 8 points. This total points bit where you add on points for singletons and doubletons. So the partner had the king of clubs as well, didn't they? So king, queen, so they had 11 points. Right. So they had 5 hearts and 3 clubs, we know so far. We really like them to have 3 spades. That would mean that they probably don't. We don't want them to have 1 spade. So we had 25 points, and this hand bid twice with 6 hearts to the king, queen. So it's not certain that they got queen, jack of diamonds. East could have one of those 2 cards, but we think the king, queen of hearts are here. But we don't want to play hearts because this hand's likely to ruff. This hand had 6, 3. We've got 2. This hand will have 2, but this hand might have 7. So let's see. It wasn't a singleton. playing the 10 because it can see Jack and the 8. Right. If I lead the 10 of diamonds, will East cover? I can only afford to lose one more trick. I think, well, do I need spades 3-3 to do that? All right. I'm going to lose a spade if they're not 3-3. And I'm going to lose a heart. So I'm going to be one off with spades and not 3-3. I'm still losing to the people playing in 3 no trumps, though. Because the robot should have bid 2 no trumps, not 3 hearts. They've got a good heart stop. They don't have 4 spades. So they should just have bid no trumps. And we could have played in 3 no trumps, which is a nice contract. East can never, if East probably has 4 spades, but they can never get in except by roughing. I play them for 2 hearts. Then what are their actual spades that they've got? The King 10 have gone. The Jack has gone. So they have the 9 and 7 of spades. So if East has 9-7 of spades, I can't stop them making a trick with it. So, yeah. As expected. So we know that West turned up with 2 spades, 6 hearts, and 3 clubs. 6 spades, sorry, 6 hearts, 3 clubs is 9, 2 spades is 11. So they've only got 2 diamonds. They have Queen Jack Doubleton of diamonds. Then we do have another legitimate chance. So let's no. They don't. So it looks as though they have Queen or Jack Doubleton, and the other one is with East, who has a winning trump. The 8 hasn't appeared of diamonds either, which is a sad thing because we've got 10-9. So we could have set up the 7 if the 8 if West had Queen 8 or Jack 8. Right. So what can I do? in my hand now. Going to lead the three of. Would they really have played low from King Jack? From King Queen? I don't think so. So if they had 6 hearts to the king, two spades to the king, 6 points. The ace of clubs is 10 points. And the queen of diamonds would be 12 points. Let's see what their 2 heart bid said. 14 to 16 high card points, it says. Let's have another count of their points. We know they turned up with the ace of clubs. That's 4. We know they turned up with just the king of spades. That's 7. We know they can't have the queen and jack of diamonds because they only had 2 diamonds. I don't think they can have. They can't have that 14 high card points without the king and queen of hearts. I mean, it's a big gamble. I'll go the extra tricks down if this loses. But well, it does. So they didn't have what they said they had. 9, 10, king, ace, and now of course the 7 isn't a winner. So I'm going 2 down from playing that, from believing the robot's bid. If I lead the 10 of diamonds, can I get East to cover? Oh, now, yes, with the queen or jack. East's got no more hearts. They've got 1 spade. So they do only have that 1 spade and diamonds left. So I can play the queen of clubs. Oh, it was the 5 of spades. Aha. That was a mistake. Now, who's got the queen? Who's got the jack? The 8 hasn't appeared. I'm still going 2 down. Why did I miss the 7 of spades? Just shows the importance of looking at all the spot cards all the time. So East only has diamonds. West has 2 hearts and 1 diamond. And so West has either the queen or the jack. So they would be able to win one. So I've got to cash the king of spades. And sadly now, East has got the jack and the 8. 2 down. And that's 0. Right. And probably lost me first place. It has. I'm now in second place, just about. So what was everybody else in on this board? Come up in a minute. Takes a little time to load the last board. But obviously this one lied. only had 12 high card points, even though they said they had 14 high card points. So, and probably I could have made it. Let's have a quick show of double dummy here. Ace of clubs, I'm always one off after the ace of clubs, it says. And right. Everybody else is in three spades, often one off, but three no trumps was the contract. So how did the people who were in three spades go? They just bid three spades in response to, well, I think we want to be in game. It's the three heart bid by the robot. If I was in three spades, I'd be making it. I wouldn't have taken that chance. Four spades -2 gives us a 0. So that was a disappointing finish, but it's because I didn't count the spades carefully enough that dummy had the 7 of spades. So that's where I went wrong. If I'd seen that, I could have drawn the trump and then I could have played to make it effectively setting up a diamond trick for the 10 or 9, I think. So I'll say that was a disappointing end, but there were lots of counting there, and you can see how important it is to start counting suits right from the start and not to miss the little cards because they may come important at the end. So I hope you found that interesting and useful, and so if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.